Good evening, this is Kuro. Got a tier 6 Gallant game on the map Shards, and taking a look at the matchmaking. Only real radars of Belfast and Shan Nicholas for the destroyers. Pretty much recording this game because this is one of the most misplayed maps that I see in all of World of Warships, and that is the issues with the 1 and 2 line and the 9 and 10 line on this map. Starting out telling the team pretty much what's going on, and I'm trying to encourage them that the real fight's going to be around BCAP. It always is on this map. And you know, and you see it already. You got guys that they're afraid. They're scared. I don't want to have my battleship anywhere near the middle of the map. And you know, it's sad. So already right now I'm pretty sure that this battle's going to be a loss. I've got 4 of our 5 battleships all steaming straight to CCAP. And the thing is, once you clear that island at D6, what can you shoot? You can't shoot anything until you get up past this island chain up here. And you know, you hope that the enemy sent something useful up there. And you know, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But the difference is when you've got that many battleships up there, how are their guns influencing the rest of the map? And the answer is they're not. They just can't shoot over those islands, and they're trying to thread shots through, you know, little bitty crevices. And look at those battleships: New Mexico, Arizona, a Fuso, and a New York. It's gonna take those guys another 3 minutes to get up there, and by that time this battle will probably be about half over, and it will take them the rest of the map just to try to get out of CCAP, because they're not going to want to push straight through the islands. They're going to want to come all the way down the long way. So I'm already seeing what's going on here. We lost a destroyer, just somebody throwing their ship away, and I'm pretty much gonna drop torps on this New Mexico, and I know I gotta get to sea. That's where my team's headed. I gotta try to support my team the best I can, because I know not any of those guys are actually gonna push into that cap. So they're gonna go up there and they're gonna sit, and they're not even gonna try to cap. And yeah, and now they're telling me that they can't see. Well, I'm 1DD, I'm securing the cap. And battleship players, pay attention where your destroyers are playing. If you want scouting, you go where your destroyer players are playing. No ifs, ands, or buts. You know, and you can see, this is a replay that I just got done recording. I screwed up and had my my OBS muted, and I'm pointing out right now that this game's, it's a loss. I know it's a loss already, because their enemy battleships, they may have a couple that go up there, but they're going to have a bunch of stuff that pushes up into BCAP, and they're going to be able to stronghold at this island, probably back here denying any sort of push right straight back in through, and it's over. I mean, it's just that fast. It's over. Right here, I'm looking at trying to get some dual-purpose torpedoes on this New Mexico. I see this Anshan up here, smoked up, shooting, and I'm noticing in his smoke, he's not moving. You know, he's just sitting there chilling. So I wait until the torpedo indicator gets right on where that Anshan's sitting, and I drop one set of torps right on the indicator, one slightly forward to cover the Anshan, and then I'm gonna push up here and see what's going on. Right now I'm hoping that the York doesn't have hydro active. Well, don't have to worry about the York. And torpedoes are looking good. And somebody sat in smoke. $14K to an Anshan. He's under 100 hit points left. Got 3 torps on, or 2 torps on that New Mexico, and then that New Mexico evaporates. So, I mean, look at the position of our battleships now. Now, this is me actually being a retard. I didn't notice that that first shot, I actually shot at the dead New Mexico, not realizing the Koenig was completely behind it till I noticed him moving. So right up here, I'm watching the Belfast. I'm expecting to get radared. When I don't, thinking maybe his radar's down, and you know, okay, he's got hydro, so want to be well out of his hydro range, and I'm just farming. I know there's an Anshan up here, and I'm kind of getting the feeling that he's probably seen me shooting in my smoke, and he's looking to repay the favor. But I mean, right now. I know I got to do a lot of damage to try to carry this, and I mean, right now I just don't see it happening. So starting to back up. I know this Anshan's low. The game plan is basically gonna reverse into the cap and see what's going on. Now, Anshan has, or Gallant has fantastic handling. Take a look at this. It's just a destroyer that it's very nice to drive. It turns like a rally car, has quick acceleration. I really like Gallant. It's a really good, I would call it a hybrid. Its guns have good fire chance, but a lot of people would call it a torpedo boat. And there's the Anshan, 78 HP, and I just got juked. So, I'm trying to pull that shot off. Now I haven't played Gallant in months, so my aim's a little off, but you know, I should have had that kill right then and there. That's just bad shooting on my behalf. Now, my objective up here is to try to get into torpedo range on this Colorado, and I'm looking on the mini-map, and I just don't think it's gonna happen. And right there, he starts turning out, and yeah, I'd have to try to turn around and try to get into range, and it's just going to take too long. So the smarter thing would be to kill the Ansha and make sure, try to keep any torpedoes from being launched close range at our allies. So I'm going to come up here as quick as possible and see what I can do about that guy. Coming up here, smoke's fading off. Hoping I'm gonna get detected here shortly. And there. And if you go back and you watch the mini-map, watch the time difference between ships rendering on the mini-map and the actual time that it renders on your screen. Good players, they watch their mini-map to see where stuff's gonna pop up. Just because it gives you that, you know, couple seconds advantage where you can already have your guns trained in that general area, and you can get the jump on people. Now, up here, I'm really just trying to kill these guys before, you know, anybody else dies up here, and, you know, I just need them to get back down south. And I mean, it's not happening. You look at the New Mexico, how long is it going to take him to get down there? Our New York, he didn't even go all the way up there. He just hid behind the island, and, you know, who knows what he did. Now coming up here, I know this is the Belfast up here in the smoke, just by the amount of HE coming out of that smoke. The player, Bones, he's a good cruiser player. I went against him a bunch in clan battles. I know this guy knows what he's doing. So when I see the Nicholas smoke up, I don't really know how long that smoke's been up for the Belfast, but I'm assuming it's going to run out at some point. So I'm just going to torp the fresh smoke. Maybe I get lucky and the Belfast heads up there. You know, maybe I hit the Nicholas. Who knows? You know, right now I'm just pointing it out to the battleships, you know, in chat. And, you know, this guy is so aware that he's not even aware that I'm still alive. So, I mean, and again, take a look at the map. There's got 3 guys left on the map, and, you know, 1 guy can shoot at things. That's it. And the 1 guy happens to be a DD with the least amount of everything. I get radared here by the Belfast. I knew this was a risk. So right now I'm just looking to keep this rock in between me and the Belfast. New Mexico popped up. I know the New Mexico shot at me, but Gallant's pretty good about not eating a bunch of AP pens. And up here I spot the Koenig, and I know the Koenig knows I'm here. So I'm not going to torp. What I'm doing here, I switch to guns, wait a second, and then I switch back to torps. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to trigger that guy's priority target, and if he runs. And if you notice, he immediately turns all the way around. This guy is running priority target, and he's counting to see how many people aimed at him. So right here, I drop torps on him, danger close. I'm within a couple hundred meters of being detected. And what I think happened here is I think this Belfast is running hydro. because of how early this Koenig starts turning out. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. But at this point, the game's over. I'm just opening up, trying to get some additional damage. One of our battleships goes down, gets torped, and that's game. Um, Pretty much a sad, pitiful game because guys don't understand how to play this map. So, guys, if you're in a battleship, do not go north of sea. There's nothing for you there. Any enemy ship that ends up there, they're dead already. It does not matter. They've taken themselves out of the equation. Focus on the areas that matter in this map. The approaches to and from the caps and the caps themselves. You need your guns to be able to shoot into the caps, and you need your guns to be able to shoot into the approaches to the caps, and that's it. There ain't nothing fancy about this. Now, you don't need to hang out in the open. You can use island cover, but you need to have your guns able to fire in those areas. And if you go up there on the two ends of the map, you know, you're going to see what happens. As soon as I click over, yep, look. You got one guy up there that didn't even break 900 XP, and everybody else is nothing. So, you know, I'm not trying to call out these battleship players. Um, I'm trying to get this to be a lesson on how to play this map, because this is probably the worst played map, again, in all of World of Warships. It's just bad. And guys, players need to fix this. It's a good map. It's a fun map to play, but we need to do our thing and play this thing correctly. And you'll win on it. So, hope you guys learned a thing or two. Uh, Leave some comments in the section below if you agree with me, if you disagree with me, and I'll talk to you about it when I get a chance. You guys have a good night.